Where's Melanie here?
She's probably coming in that way.
Okay. We all excited?
So excited.
A jitter?
I almost didn't sleep last night. I just wanted this day to start.
All a jitter. It's a big day, big day. What do we got?
Not much, I bet.
Man, we got lots.
Well,
Erica, you gonna go?
yep, I'll go.
Look at this big stack she's got over here.
I've got a few. They keep multiplying. All right, Senate Bill 928. Somehow this got lost in the shuffle. It is a grant for the Strengthening Humanities Investment in Nonprofits for Equity Grant-Making Initiative. It's a $500,000 mandate. The proposed amendment is to make that applicable for only 2024 and 2025.
So, you got extra points for knowing that that it was my bill. I was going through my list this morning. I said, "Oh my gosh, how can I let this get by?" That's right. You're the floor leader now. As amended, all those in favor? Opposed? All right. I think you all have learned a lesson pretty quickly. He certainly has.
He didn't even show up today. Okay, last Saturday, you all held a bill that the House was asking you all to rescind, or to not rescind. This is the one, the local property tax credit that initially came in specific to federal officers. You all, of course, had the locality defined who those people were, and the House wanted it back in its original position.
Senator, get this worked out with your delegate?
Our county attorney says that the bill, as we amended it, does everything we need it to do.
And in fact, that current law would handle it as well, which I concur with that.
What are we doing? What do you want to do for your delegate?
Obviously, I'd like to go back to my delegate, but it's the wisdom of the committee.
I mean, I will point out the only, okay, so the bill did two things. One, it obviously dealt with the federal officers. It's also in terms of kind of grandfathering in this credit. It would allow someone to, within 5 years of becoming disabled and moving into the state, to still be able to get this. So that's the part two of what this bill does, which they currently cannot do that under current law.
So I would like it to not die.
You want to get on your mic?
That second piece is important. We are getting indications from Ways and Means that if we don't concur, I know this committee didn't want to get in the weeds of any more property tax credit bills, and so this would be an exception to that principle.
So how would it read at that point?
So,
If we concur?
yeah, so if you concur, actually, if you, yeah, so if you concur, they would be going back to, oh my gosh, do I have that with me?
What's the bill number?
House Bill 285. I do. Okay, so the Ways and Means voted favorable on the bill, so there were 0 amendments on House Bill 285. And you all put the amendments on it, and they are not concurring on those amendments.
And right, and so what, we let the jurisdictions decide what?
To define
The
who,
amount or who the who?
all of that, yes, all of that, but they already decide all of that. For this particular one, it would be allowing them to define who is a law enforcement officer or rescue worker.
It's statewide?
Yes.
What was the 5-year part of it?
So the 5-year part is, look at it quickly, there's a lot of words here. House Bill 285. So this says that, basically it's a portability provision. So if the law enforcement officer, rescue officer was domiciled in the state as of, or any time within the 5 years prior to the date that they became disabled, then they could be eligible for this.
Senator Jackson.
Mr. Chairman, so is that specific to federal officers, right? Or federal rescue workers?
It specifically lists 2 job series: police officer or detective for a federal government agency, criminal investigator for a federal government agency.
And I think the statement you just read, it says something about a rescue worker, which would fall under fire and rescue services, which I think we already cover.
Yeah, I mean, that's already current law, so
Right.
the defined term is disabled law enforcement officer or rescue worker.
And so the 5-year provision comes into play for the federal law enforcement officer, correct?
It would come into play for anyone.
For anyone now.
Yep.
And the amendment, Ways and Means had it clean, and we put on the amendment to say that the locals would determine or would qualify the individual.
Correct.
And this is statewide.
Statewide, local, optional.
So it came in already enabling, and we just kind of made it more enabling.
Right.
And that's sort of the theme we've been running with this year, giving the locals the, putting it back there.
Why don't we just concur?
That,
It's,
I'd ask for a favor to concur.
that requires, that determines by us who's eligible.
No, so it would be, so if you guys agree with the House,
Yeah.
the House is altering the defined term in law, that it would be, that it would include law enforcement officer, police officer, detective for a federal agency, criminal investigator for a federal government agency, or a correctional officer.
I think, I think that's a lot to tell all the local governments they have to do. I don't have any problem with the police officers. I have a problem when we get down into administrative people. The whole purpose of these short retirements for police officers was because of the duty and being on the street and whatever, and if we get into administrative people, you know, they don't have that kind of burden, and they come in at 18 or,
I'm not reading it as administrative people, it's just people that are employed by the federal government.
yeah,
FBI,
well, there's, some of them are
Yeah.
administrative.
Parks, police, sure.
I mean,
anybody,
Just so you know, Mako supported it with the amendments that we put on. And we're now taking them back off, if I understand correctly. If that matters.
we go to conference on this? Is that what it is? At this point?
Why the House didn't want?
Would we go to conference on this?
We can go to. Mr. Chair, from my understanding, but I'm not an attorney, the bill came in enabling. Mako wanted further clarification that it was enabling, which we did. But Ways and Means would like to.
Not we could.
All right, okay, we can go to conference, all right?
Okay, so that sounds like you are voting to not recede, and I will need 3 names.
Sarah, Senator Young, and Senator Eckert. We got more. We got more. You're already lined up. I already got you plugged in.
Okay. Then, you have 2 other things that are coming in your direction. So these, both of these, I believe are still on 3rd reader in the House. Well, one of them is on 3rd reader in the House. So the More Jobs for Marylanders bill, The House has made some amendments. Do you want me to describe what they are?
They're-
The,
they're- what was that bill last year?
We don't want them to impact
They've done a
Yes.
lot. We need to go talk to them. That's the bottom line. Okay?
This has been a good program.
All right, who do we got?
you had suggested,
Okay, we're gonna take this to conference with, me, Quarterman, and Roosevelt.
There's a team.
that is Senate Bill 391. The next one, again, would be a not recede, as for the cyber bill. So you all had, on the House bill, had obviously done some amendments. My understanding is that, there just needs to be a little bit more discussion on that one. That would be House Bill 1205.
Senator Griffith, Zucker, and Salling. You're going on cyber. We're all generalists here.
Russia bad, us good, we got it.
That's all that I had.
Okay, Matt?
I have House Bill 1388. This is the Winery and Vineyard Economic Development Grant Program. Same posture as Senate Bill 594, which already passed this body.
Move approval?
This is a pre-concur. It hasn't gotten over here yet, but,
It will.
yep.
All those in favor? Opposed? Okay.
And I believe Senator Zucker would like to pre-concur on Senate Bill 1009. The House amendments just added some more projects and moved some more money around.
It's the prior authorization, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I like a lot of details on that.
I can give it to you, sir.
All those in favor? Opposed? Okay,
I have one to pre-concur with as well.
okay.
Matt, you done?
Yep.
Okay, so I also have one to pre-concur, we just verified that it's identical. This is the bill about your regional resource centers and your libraries. Each house had the other person's bill, they've been amended to be identical, and they indeed are identical. So at some point today, you'll get a message to concur on Senate Bill 448.
All in favor? Opposed? Okay. Philip, you got anything?
Nothing to vote right now. I'll give you some updates if you want, or hold up.
What kind of updates?
Just the two procurement bills, we're waiting to see what happens on 1205, but we're knowledgeable about what to do depending on that. And then, waiting on, 1208, which was the nurse preceptor bill, waiting for EHE. That's also got linkage to the, whether or not they concur on the loan assistance program for nursing. So those will be coming your way at some point today, I believe.
Very good. Yes, sir.
Philip, any word on, Senate Bill 346, the drop?
I have not heard anything. Last I checked, it was in House Rules, and it appears to still be there.
About 115?
I believe that's the same,
Yeah, I've asked about all of
still
them.
in House Rules.
Yeah, I've put in for a bunch of stuff. Everybody who's asked me for stuff, I've tried to, but they're being a little sticky over there.
A lot of bills and committees too that are available.
Yeah. So,
Were you able to ask about each one back for years?
what about it?
Can I get out of rules?
Oh, it's getting out, yeah. Yeah. HUR? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they said that. I'll check, I'll run it about again. Okay,
We'll flag things as they come over.
yep. Stay sharp out there. This is the moment. This is it. Run through the tape. Run through the tape. All right.